Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I will give you a recipe on how to make a very nice Zobo drink for business. I promised to bring this recipe your way a long time ago, so here it is. Now, to make your Zobo for commercial purpose, for those of you who don't really know how to do it, you may want to know the accurate measurement of things to add in, and that is what we'll be talking about in this video. But before I get started, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and do that. Click on that subscribe button and be part of this wonderful family. Also, turn on your post notification bell so that anytime I post videos on this channel, you'll be the first person YouTube will notify. Making Zobo drink is very easy, very easy. But some persons do not know how to go about it, hence the reason for this particular video. Also, if you want to do it as a business, you will want to consider, put into consideration a lot of things. One of those things that will make your Zobo business stand out, one of those things that will make you sell, not like the regular Zobo out there, is your packaging. Packaging matters a whole lot. Packaging is everything. You can, if you go out there, you see Zobo of 500 naira per one. You also see Zobo of 100 naira per one. Do you know that if you put the contents in that 100 naira Zobo in a different bottle that is well packaged, people can buy it for that particular amount, that is 500 naira. So packaging is almost everything. The way you package your drink, the way you package your business matters a whole lot, and it affects the price. So if you want to start a Zobo business, except you want to start really very small, but if it's something that maybe you're not starting too small, like you have let's say even if you're starting with 5,000 naira, you can still buy good packaging bottles, packaging container for your Zobo. I'm going to talk about businesses you can start with 5,000 naira capital. That will come in my next video. So starting your Zobo business and you wanting to stand out, you have to put your packaging into consideration. Package your drinks very well so that you will sell well and make profits. Now, for your Zobo drink, once you want to cook your commercial Zobo drink and you need accurate measurement because you don't want this particular one to change taste, and then the next batch is sweeter, the other batch is something else, that means you need a recipe for it. Sometimes we cook and on different occasions our food tastes differently. Sometimes you make drink and it's like the one you made today is sweeter than the one you made yesterday. That's because you did not really write down the things that you used to make it, right? You didn't write down that, okay, I added this particular amount of this to my drink, or I added this to my food. You didn't write it down. When it comes to cooking, when it comes to food, sometimes you may not write it down, but if you want a particular taste, you have to write it down. For instance, there's a particular restaurant, a particular eatery I usually go sometimes to eat. Every day you go there to eat food, their food always tastes the same, always tastes the same. So personally, I know that they have a recipe that they follow, and if you go to any other branch of that particular eatery, their food tastes the same way as well. So it's like they have a recipe that everybody that must cook in that particular eatery must follow to have one result. So making your drink, when it is drink, you need to have a recipe. Now, just in case you don't know how to go about it, then I am here to help you. That is actually the essence of this video. Now, to make a Zobo drink, we have different recipes for Zobo. Different recipes. Zobo drink is something that you can actually play around with. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. You can spice up your drink. You can do just whatever you want to do with a Zobo drink. What I mean is, you can add anything you want to add to Zobo drink, just to make yours different. So it all depends on how you want to do it. Like now, if you go through my channel, you get different drinks videos, like Zobo drink video. I think I have about 3 or 4 Zobo drink videos on my channel. So you may want to check it out just in case it's the first time you're coming across a Zobo drink video. I don't know how to cook it, I don't know how to prepare it. So after watching this video, you may want to fall back to any of my videos to see how I cook and when I add what to it. Now on my channel, you see a Zobo drink that I made with pineapple. You see a Zobo drink that I made with beetroot and apple. You see a Zobo drink that I made with other kinds of fruits like cucumber. So Zobo is something they can actually play around with. And then there's another Zobo that I made that tastes like wine. Zobo is something you can actually play around with. So you can actually go there, check out any of the recipes that you like and work with. So the recipe I'll be giving you in this particular video is how to make Zobo with pineapple. How to make Zobo with pineapple, that's the recipe I'll give you. And of course, I feel that a lot of persons who make Zobo for commercial purpose, they usually add pineapple to it. I don't know, maybe because pineapple makes it a bit more affordable to do, because when it has to do with pineapple, you're using both the pineapple flesh and you're also using the pineapple peel. So you're adding both. None of it is a waste. Do you get? So we're making Zobo with pineapple. We're making Zobo with pineapple. That's what you're going to do here. Now for your Zobo, okay, the recipe first. Let me list out the ingredients for you before I give you the measurements on how to go about it. So for the ingredients, we will need your Zobo leaf. That is the major thing here. The number one thing is the Zobo leaf, which is also known as hibiscus. So I have one here. I will show you how it looks like, just in case you don't know. So Zobo is the number one thing you need here. You also need pineapple. Pineapple is very necessary for this particular recipe because we are making Zobo with pineapple. And then you also need ginger. Okay, for your ginger, you can use dry ginger, you can use fresh ginger, anyone is fine. And then you also need tamarind, which they call, I don't know, I think they call it karim pari. I don't know if I got that correctly. That's what the Hausas call it, and that's what a lot of persons in the markets, if you're in Nigeria and you want to buy this, right? If you go to the market and you tell them tamarind, sometimes most of these old women selling these things may not know it as tamarind. So you may want to call karim pari. I don't know if I got that correctly. If what I just said now is not correct, leave it in the comment section for me and tell me the right thing. Let's all learn together. So you need that tamarind, and you also need clove, and you also need water. Water is one of the key things here because you can't cook Zobo without water. And then you need a sweetener. Adding sweetener to your Zobo drink is necessary when you're selling it out. Now, if you're selling it out, you can decide to have two different Zobo types. One can be the sweetened, and then the other one can be the unsweetened. Okay, so that those that just want to take Zobo just for the health benefits, because it has a lot of health benefits, just for the health benefits, may want to take only the one without the sweetener. Now these are the things we'll be using to make this particular Zobo drink. Now the measurements is, for instance, now they have different measurements for Zobo, right? I bought this one, for instance. I bought this one for 200 naira. It all depends on where you're buying from. There are some places that they will have to divide, like they will have to remove some of this to sell it for 200 naira. So this is what I got for 200 naira. I bought this for 200 naira. This is what Zobo looks like. Let me So I got this for 200 naira, right? So for this particular recipe that I'll be giving you here, I would need 2 of this. Now, if I have to weigh this on a scale, this one here, this one I'm about to say is a guesswork, right? But it's near correct. If I have to weigh this, considering the weight of this thing that I'm holding, this one can weigh about maybe 120 or 150 grams. This one I am holding right now, or it may weigh up to 200. So let's say that for this recipe I want to give you right now, what you would need is about 300 grams of Zobo. 300 grams of Zobo. Okay, if you have a scale, you can measure it. If you do not have a scale and you want to buy, and this is the size of what you want, right? What I need for this particular measurement is just to add half of this to this particular one. Add half to this, and that is just fine. Okay, if I'm using two of these, I will use 1.5. If you use two, you're just being generous. It is still okay. So for the 1.5 of this, what you need is 4 liters of water. To get 4 liters of water, you just need to get this your custard bucket, full of that custard bucket, the big custard bucket, that is 4 liters. Okay, so you need 4 liters of water for 1.5 or 2 of this. 2 of this. It's going to give us a nice color. To know that your Zobo is rich, it all depends on the color of the Zobo once you finish cooking it. So that is why a lot of persons, even after cooking their Zobo, keep adding more water to it, because it's usually very dark, like the color is very pronounced, and then they feel like, okay, I can actually make more profit if I add more water to it. You add water and then you check the color of the Zobo. Do not let it become pale. You just have to make something rich so that people buying will know that it is very okay. Now for this, we'll be needing 4 liters of water. Okay, 4 liters of water. And then if you're using dry ginger, because we'll be adding clove to this, you don't need too much ginger. If you're using dry ginger, then you may want to buy 1/3 cup of that dry ginger. 1/3. If you're using fresh ginger, then you can use 3 big ginger, 3 big size of ginger. Just 3 big size of ginger. Because we'll be adding clove to this, we don't need too much ginger for it, but we still want the taste to be pronounced. So 3 big size of ginger is what we'll be using. And also for your karim pari, that's tamarind, what you need, they sell it, they usually tie it in Nigeria here, they wrap it 100 naira for one. 100 naira for one. So you want to measure it on a scale and get about 100 grams of it. Okay, now it gives it a very nice taste. There's this taste it gives to it, but a lot of persons cook their Zobo without, but if you add it, you love it. It gives it a very nice taste. Now if you don't have a scale for measurement, what you need to do is just buy like 2, that is 200 naira on. If you're in Nigeria, buy like 200 naira on, and that is just it. It's going to give you a very nice thing for the 4 liters of Zobo that we are producing. Now the next thing is clove. For your clove, what you need is 1.5 tablespoon, not teaspoon, 1.5 tablespoon. It's going to bring out the taste, like it will have a nice taste. So you want to buy your clove and then you use tablespoon to measure it. Okay, so you bring out 1.5 tablespoons of clove. And then you need a sweetener for your Zobo. The best thing, like what is actually going to make your Zobo stand out, is when you add flavor to it. Now because this flavor, personally I don't really trust it that much, because I'm still making research, I'm still reading about those flavors, but they make your Zobo taste very nice, more than using sugar. Okay, so personally I don't even like using sugar for my Zobo. I do not like it. I think I've only used sugar once. That was when I made Zobo with beetroot. I couldn't add that kind of flavor to it, so I had to use sugar. Now because we're using pineapple for this particular recipe, we are going to add a sweetener to it, not sugar. You add pineapple flavor. Juicy, I don't know if it's juicy or juicy pineapple flavor. It's very nice. You just need 1 for these 4 liters. Okay, on that juicy pineapple flavor, it is written that you have to add it to 2 liters of soup, 2 liters of water, or 2 liters of Zobo for 1 of that flavor. But me, I use 1 of that for 4 liters. Okay, so if you want something too sweet, you may want to. If you want something too sweet, you may want to use 2 of these since we are making 4 liters. But what I have on my recipe and what I use is 1 of that juicy pineapple flavor. Now, the next thing is pineapple. You need 1 medium size, not small size. We're making 4 liters. You want a rich zobo. You want 1 medium sized pineapple for this. Make sure it's ripe. Now, if you're able to get queen pineapple, that's very, very nice. Queen pineapple tastes so nice. Once you get to where they sell pineapple, tell them what you want to buy is queen pineapple. They'll give it to you. As a matter of fact, the moment they hand it over to you, in fact, not even handing it over to you, just standing in front of whoever sells pineapple, you will perceive it. Queen pineapple smells so nice and it is very, very sweet. So if you get that, you will love the taste of it. So you're using medium-sized pineapple. If you can't get medium-sized, then buy 2 of the small size. Okay, now over to method of preparation. You have to wash your pineapple very well. Wash it very, very well because we're going to use both the peel and the flesh. So you want to wash. After washing, you peel it. After peeling it, the next thing is just get the peel inside the same pot that you want to use for your zobo drink. So you add every other thing. Every other thing I mean is you add your zobo, you add the clove, you blend your ginger or pound it and add, and then you add your pineapple peel, right? Plus the zobo and the 4 liters of water. Cook everything until the color changes. Even after cooking it, you want to cook this for about 30 to 45 minutes. After cooking it, bring it down to not just strain. Allow everything to cool inside that, like let them just be together, okay? So that you still be getting the benefits from every other thing. Even the curry, the tamarind, you're still going to cook them together. So you allow everything to cool down before you strain it. Now, your pineapple flesh, you're going to blend it. You blend your pineapple flesh and then you extract the juice. If possible, after blending your pineapple flesh, just extract the juice, add the shaft to the ones you're cooking or the ones you've cooked. Allow it to cool together and then strain. After straining, you can now add your pineapple juice fresh. Make sure that it is completely cold before you add your pineapple juice and your flavor. If you add your flavor while this drink is still hot, that drink would not last long. Okay, so after that you have to package, and that is just it. Okay, now this zobo can last up to 5 days. If you leave it in your refrigerator, it can last up to 1 week if you allow it to, if you chill it very, very well. If possible, have it block. It will last up to 1 week. Now if you want it to last longer, you want to add preservative. Watch my video on how to use preservative for drinks if you want to know how to use preservatives for your drinks, including zobo drink. Okay, so that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.